Hello, my internet fans. We are here with another episode of Stat Boy Rants. And thank you, Mr. Jeff Meacham. And as always, these rants are Stat Boy approved. This is episode 46, as I said. Today we're going to be doing... I will get to my eventual predictions for Over the Edge, Over the Limit, call it what you want. I don't care. I don't know any. Because let me throw out, first of all, I don't give a rat's ass about what happens at this pay-per-view. Because, you know, like I said, I said it before in other episodes, there's only one good match that I really care about, and that's Punk and Daniel. Not Punk and Brian, but Punk and Daniel. Your name is Daniel. Your name is Brian. Whatever your name is. You know who you are. Okay? And, yeah. Okay. First of all, though, gotta talk about Monday Night Raw. And the saddest part of the show, the most pathetic part of the show, was what happened to our good friend Paul White, the Big Show. Okay? Last week on SmackDown, Mr. John Laurinaitis said, if anybody makes fun of my voice, they will get dealt with. And of course, Mr. Paul White, who has said before, excuse you, that's okay, has said, I like to entertain, I like to make people laugh. He made fun of John Laurinaitis. Even John Laurinaitis decided to humble the giant, and basically Laurinaitis said, if you don't apologize, you will be fired. So he comes out to fight Kane, which is punishment enough, because let's face it, Kane sucks with this whole Predator double mask thing. That needs to die too. And even the finish of the match looked god awful. It looked like there was like a 400-pound man slipped on a banana peel in a choke slam. Because let's face it, I mean, you gotta have like maybe 3 Mark Henrys if he really is the world's strongest man to even attempt to lift 500 for 400 pounds of the Big Show. I'm sorry, okay? It looked like he slipped on a banana peel with Kane's hand wrapped around his neck, and he hit the ground and took the pin. Okay? So he comes, you know, Laurinaitis is sitting there, whatever, and Big Show said it. He said he was sorry. Which, in this day and age of contracts and loopholes and whatever, he did what he was told to do. He said he was sorry. Oh, but Mr. Laurinaitis decides to flex his power, and I want you to get on your knees and beg. Well, unfortunately, Paul did that too, and wasn't good enough or whatever. And, you know, Laurinaitis fired him right then and there, which was just downright stupid. I'm sorry. We were all sitting here at Casa D18 watching that stuff, and it's like, really, Big Show? Really? I mean...
I think, if I may interrupt, I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't think we were so upset at the fact of the firing itself and the segment itself. We were more upset at the fact that it took 20 freaky minutes or whatever it was to get through that one segment. That's gimmick infringement with J.J. Williams.
I missed this gimmick. This was a good gimmick. This is. I love this. I just may do the show like this now. I'm Stat Boy with a bag over my head. I am quite ugly now that I've shaved my head, so yeah.
It's going better for me, I think. With the freaking ginger playoff beard in effect here.
The power of spontaneity.
That's right.
That's a big word.
But anyway, yeah, I think we were more upset at the length of the segment in general than it was of the actual result of it, because good God, that took forever.
And I did see somewhere on one of the reports that during the commercial break there was a nice, you know, thank you show and whatnot, and he bowed to the audience, which is the nice way to go out. Of course, I'm also hearing things that maybe this firing thing isn't going to be long. I don't know. The other moment in Raw was at the very beginning of the show with Paul Heyman and Triple H coming out. Now there's lawsuits abound, and it's like, now I am not the smartest person when it comes to how lawsuits go and loopholes and all that. Bless you.
Thank you.
Jade, if you're gonna sneeze, go ahead and sneeze. I'm not gonna hate on you for sneezing.
I'm just trying to keep quiet. Sorry.
Everybody put a bless you, Jade, in the comment box for Jade needs some blessings. Okay.
Yeah, remember, this is the one show where nobody gives a shit if we interrupt or not.
Yeah.
No, nobody cares on this show.
And if you have to sneeze, go right ahead.
You got to sneeze this week, you got to fart last week, it's okay. It's all good. It's all good.
Thanks for busting me out.
Actually, no. Sneezing and farting are involuntary actions that you cannot control.
She can control her farts. She's going to name them.
Put that in the comment box. Sneezing and farting. Yeah, there you
Bless
go.
you, Jay, for your aiming farts. That's all you should say. There we go.
Anywho.
Hashtag.
The whole thing about the contracts thing is like, if a person gets fired, like, okay, if you're working a job, normally in the state of California, if you get fired, you're entitled to unemployment benefits or whatever, unless your job company is a douche. But if you quit the job, then you get jack shit. I mean, if I was to quit my job at Disneyland, which I'm never going to do because they're going to have to drag me out of that place kicking and screaming because it's a job, and actually there's a small part of me that likes it more than anything in the world. But
a very small part.
No, it's more than a small part.
It's a small part after all.
Shut up, Meech.
Batman.
Anyway, it's like, okay, like I say, if you get fired from a job, you're entitled to something. If you quit from a job, you're entitled to nothing. So why does Brock Lesnar feel that just because he demanded stuff which he shouldn't have been doing because he's a bully, let's face it, why should he get what he's entitled to? Why? Because he's a coward, for one, and two, because he wants to try and bully the legal system. Now, of course, this is all storyline. I don't really think there's anything, but if you're gonna do a storyline about lawsuits, do it right. Now, the whole thing when Triple H put his hands on Heyman, yeah, we all saw it. But assault and battery is like, if you're gonna put your hands on somebody, deck them. Don't just. And even though Triple H had his arm in a sling, it's like, you still got your one good hand, deck him. Then it's assault and battery. Yes, Meacham?
Assault and battery, the actual definition of it, Hunter did actually do that on Monday. No. So, and as far as...
what about actually decking him?
Well, if he decked him, we'd all cheered and, whooped and hollered, but that would have been even worse because he probably could have inflicted injury on Paul. Would have been, assault and battery with intent to injure.
Did Heyman ever wear a soft collar? Or was that...
Gertner did that, I know that.
I know Gertner did it, and
Gertner
I know,
Vicky.
No, not Vicky.
Well, she did for Raw, too.
Jim Cornette, he wore a soft collar at one point.
For a minute, yeah. And as far as the lawsuit with Brock, that basically is, he feels that he made demands of Laurinaitis, and Laurinaitis verbally agreed to them in front of thousands of people in the arena, millions of people watching on TV. It's legally binding. That's where Heyman comes from when he's doing the lawsuit for Brock's behalf. Again, total storyline, total BS, but that's where the storyline comes from.
I don't even like the idea of verbal contracts because, it's like at the end of the day, contracts don't amount to a hill of beans in this crazy world. So let's let them go, whatever. Because, like I say, you gotta go through every possible loophole there possibly is. Okay, now on to the pay-per-view. Let's get on with that stuff. I don't have the number of days that everyone's been the title because honestly, like I say, I really don't care. But I will take one for the team and give my picks. In the WWE Championship match, CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan, I'm torn down the middle. I'll be happy if CM Punk retains. I'll be happy if Daniel Bryan becomes the new champion. But since I really have to pick, I will pick Daniel Bryan becomes new WWE Championship. The whole stuff with AJ and Caitlyn that happened on Raw, I was waiting for AJ to slap Daniel. Why didn't that happen? She can go around and slap Caitlyn, but she can't slap Daniel? That's wrong. The Fatal 4-Way with Sheamus, Del Rio, Randy, and Jericho? Sheamus is going to lose the belt, I feel. I would be happy with Del Rio winning the belt. Give a little bit. I think he's due for a nice title run. Damas y caballeros, el campeonato de WWE, Alberto Del Rio. Campeonato. There's a Spanish. See, Stat Boy's bilingual.
Well, he has to be working on new work, shit.
Let's see. The IC title is not up for grabs. The tag team belt, the tag team match. I like Kofi and R-Truth as a team, but I think I would want to see Jack and Dolph get the belts. It would establish them much better as a tag team. They're a good team now. Giving them the belts would be even better. So Dolph and Jack should get the belts. And of course then Vicky can come out, excuse me, let me introduce to you the new tag team champions. Go on from there. Cena versus Laurinaitis. We want to see an ass kicking, but don't be surprised if a screw job comes into play somehow. Because really, Laurinaitis is almost older than dirt wrestling wise. So, if they could, if Laurinaitis gets like a couple moves off, I will be very surprised. This reminds me of Stone Cold versus Eric Bischoff. This is one of the most and honestly, Cena's gone through.
But the problem is, Ace is the one that invented the Stone Cold Stunner.
Yeah, really.
So it's in reverse.
And honestly, Cena's gone through enough. With what he's doing in his personal life, it's been all over social media. And let me quickly touch on that. Leave him alone. What he does in his personal life is his business. Thank you. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Because we don't need to drag this through them. It's like I saw so many videos from other people doing shows about John Cena getting a divorce. It's like, oh my God! Here's a news story. Breaking news: John Cena woke up this morning. You know what else he did? He probably got on a plane. And then he had breakfast. Snakes on them. And then he landed. And he had a nice breakfast, and then he went to the gym and he got all buff, Then he had lunch because he had to eat. He signed some autographs for some fans, and then he did media, okay. And then he got to go home and he had dinner, and then guess what he did at the end of the day? He went to sleep. Let's drag all that through the mud, okay? If John Cena got a divorce, that's his business. Especially with thank you Jeff Meacham, thank you very much. It was in fact TMZ actually put a video of him with his dad and his wife at a show 2 months ago before, and it's just doors. So like I say, I really want Cena to win and banish John Laurinaitis to the 12th level of hell, called the Future Endeavor Club, and we'll go on with that.
Well, you want, but will he? That's the question.
It's watch for a swerve. Watch for a swerve. That's all I'm going to say. The pre-show dark match with Kane and Ryder, 544. We all know Kane's going to win this one because I give props to Zach though when he teamed with Santino over this week. They're a good tag team. Zach and Santino. Hey, in fact, they should do a mashup on the WWE YouTube channel. We could call it Santino's Foreign True Hollywood Story.
Starring the Cobras.
It's like, let's have the Cobra do the woo woo woo, you know it. Wouldn't that be cool? Okay, let's see. WWE Championship, WWE World Heavyweight Tag Team. Oh, Divas match. With Beth and Layla. As much as I love Layla as champion, I want to see Beth as champion. Beth needs the title back. So let's see. Woman Divas. And I think I covered everything. So we are done. Need some comments, guys. Give me some topics to talk about, okay? Go Kings, go! And that's how I'm going to end the show. Stat Boy out.